Hey there, Saner Superstars! Earlier this week, you should have done the worksheets where we rounded to the nearest 10. Now, we are going to be extending that skill, and you are going to round to the nearest 100. First, I'm going to show you the rules about rounding to the nearest 100. Then, I'm going to do one problem with you. After that, you are going to do a problem on your own. So here's how we round to the nearest 100. Think about where the number you want to round falls on the number line. So let's say that Chris picked up 134 pieces of trash. About how many pieces of trash did Chris pick up rounded to the nearest 100? That might be what your question sounds like. So first we're going to put our number on the number line. So this is right about where 134 would be, so you would draw your dot. And now we're going to figure out, does the number fall below the halfway point? If it does, round down. Right here, this red dot shows us where the halfway point is. I like to draw a line to make it really obvious that that's where the halfway point is. So you can do that too if it helps you. So if the number falls below the halfway point, round down. Well, our number is below the halfway point, so we are going to round down to the nearest 100, which in this case is 100. Let's try another one. For this question, or for this problem, you might have a question that says, Becky picks up 178 pieces of trash. About how many pieces of trash did Becky pick up rounded to the nearest 100? Well, the first step is you're going to put your number on the number line. So here's where we would put 178. Next step, does the number fall at or above the halfway point? Well, here's that red dot that shows us the halfway point. Again, I'm going to draw a line so I can see it really clearly. If your number is above the halfway point, you are going to round up. So here's our number, 178. And then we're rounding up to the nearest 100. Here we are at 200. Now we're going to do a problem together. Here's our question. Chris washes 425 plates. He wants to round 425 to the nearest 100. So remember, our first step is to find our number on the number line. So let's find where 425 would be. 400 is bigger than 400. It's bigger than 410. It's bigger than 420. Oh, 430 is too high, so it's going to be right around here. So I'm going to draw a dot, 425. And if you want, you can label it to 425. Okay, so now we need to answer some questions. Does 425 fall below the halfway point? Well, where's the halfway point, guys? That's right, that's that red dot. And I like to make a line here so we make it really obvious. So, does 425 fall below the halfway point? Well, below is going to be this way. Here's our smaller numbers. Do you see 425 on this side of the number line? Yes, there it is. 425 falls below the halfway point. So we can put yes for this question. Here's the next part of this problem. Does 425 fall at or above the halfway point? Well, here's the halfway point right here. And then here are the numbers above the halfway point. Do you see our number 425? No, our number is not at or above the halfway point. Circle no. Does Chris round up or down? Well, let's remember our rules. Does the number fall below the halfway point? We said yes. If it does, round down. Oh, okay. So we know that we have to round down. So just like I did, make sure that you draw your arrow showing where you are going to round to, and show me here that you are going to round down. We have one last part of our question here. Chris rounds 425 to, well, what do we round it to, guys? Did we round it to 400 or 500? That's right, we rounded to 400. So that's where you're going to put your final answer, 400. This one was a little bit tricky. So once you've done it with me, with my help, I want you to go ahead and do this problem again without me. And make sure that you send me a picture of your work so I can grade it. Have a great day.